My contention is that Jews believe everything when it comes to God. That there is no such thing as a firm belief about God. There is a majority belief, but there is no such thing as a belief that the Jews have not ruled out, with a couple of exceptions. Jews do not believe in multiple gods. Jews don't believe in idols, although many people worship them. But basically, you cannot, in Judaism, believe in multiple gods. After that, we're pretty wide open. You can't believe in Jesus as the Christ. By definition, if you believe in Jesus as the Christ, you are a Christian. You know the term is Christian, but the word is a Christian, one who believes in Jesus as the Christ. You can believe that Jesus was a nice guy. You can believe he was a prophet. You can believe he was a teacher. When you make Jesus God, you leave the fold of the Jewish people. So there's one more rule I have to set, and that is any community can establish rules for that community. So in this room, we could make it a rule that everybody has to eat a bagel. If you don't want to eat a bagel, you have to leave. We won't make that rule, but we could do that if we have the power to enforce whatever rule we establish. I am going to suggest that the Reformed Jewish community, unbeknownst to itself, has established a rule regarding God. It can be violated, but the basic rule is that within the Reformed Jewish community, you must be open to the discussion about God. If you say there is no God, I know there is no God, and I'm not willing to discuss it one bit further from my world as a Reformed rabbi, you've ruled yourself out of the Reformed Jewish community. That doesn't mean that you cannot say you're a Jew. It simply means you're ruling yourself out of the Reformed Jewish community. Everything we do is based on a God concept of some kind. Okay? So here's my question to open the class. I have said you can believe anything you want. What do you believe? That you're willing to share. And I do not mean to embarrass anyone. What do you believe about God?
I believe that God is within.
You believe God is within. Mm-hmm. Within what?
Oneself, within everything. It's everywhere.
And God is without.
Yes, within and without.
I never know if it's an E or an A. I'll cover my face. Yes?
You said there is a God or there was a God?
No, I said in Reformed Judaism you have to be willing to discuss God.
There is a God or there was a God?
That's your belief. There is a God or there was a God.
Mm.
You're stating both.
I have a question.
Oh, you have a question?
Mm-hmm.
So under was, are you thinking of creation?
At least back to there, yeah.
Right, maybe the name God can be discussed, God or Creator. Is it one and the same? And I guess my real question is, does God have power?
All right, we're moving out from the question, which was, what do you believe? And you're asking questions, and questions are
well,
great.
Well, that's being Jewish.
But I only have an hour and a half. Yes?
We're taught that God does not make catastrophic things happen, but why does he allow them to happen?
Or she.
Or she?
Yes.
We'll just say God.
Hmm?
Yeah.
that word is shtuyot.
I'm glad you told me.
Those of you who speak Yiddish, it's shtus. Those of you who don't speak either of those two languages, it refers to excrement from any mammal.
Ah, okay.
What do you believe about God? Yes, ma'am. Your name is
Lisa.
Lisa?
Yes.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
I know a lot of the other people, and I may remember their names, but I didn't know yours.
That's okay. No, I just dropped off my son at Hebrew school, and they
Well,
told
we're
me
glad
that
you're
was
here.
happening, so
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
God is a force for good.
Anybody else? Yes.
Does an agnostic fit in?
An agnostic fits in. An agnostic says, I don't know. And that's the question, we've had several times. Is God, was God?
What?
And if there is a God, what is God? Yeah, so you're saying that you're not sure. Okay, that's what I said. To be a Reformed Jew, you have to be in that category. Or believer, you can't be an atheist.
I have one more thought. I believe.
Only one?
Only one right this minute. It's still working.
It's a bad cord.
I believe,
Good call.
because I'm trying to focus on what you're focusing on.
Right. Thank
I
you.
believe that God is the creator, because there has to be a creator.
Right, we have a creator.
If there's a creation, there has to be a creator.
Maybe.
And then God is finished. Then it's up to us.
Okay, so what you're really talking about is the notion that a lot of the people who founded this country were talking about,
Yes.
which is called
Yes.
theism. God is the watchmaker. God created the world, set it running, and said, good luck. There is a whole theory about God that you've just opened.
Okay.
All right? Any other ideas about God? We have totally covered everybody in this room's idea about God.
I believe that God is a non-human force.
I'm just saving having to write again. Yes, Marlon?
I believe the word God is a method of answering, putting an answer to questions that can't be answered.
Her wonders to perform.
Otherwise known as a cop-out.
Could be, and it could simply be something that really exists that, Okay, so taking these answers, most of the answers fit in the category of traditional theism. For those of you who were at the previous class, I spent a lot of time defining theism. Theism essentially is the belief in a God who is omniscient, God knows everything, omnipresent, is everywhere, and omnipotent, all-powerful. God is transcendent, out there somewhere. How many of you were here at services on a Friday night when Rabbi Shefetz had a discussion with the minister? And they were talking about God, and Rabbi Shefetz said, where is God? And she said, out there. And he said, in here. And they both fit under theism. Theists don't worry about that kind of nonsense. In other words, they can have God out there and in here at the same time. God can be far removed, all-powerful, all-knowing, and at the same time be deep in your heart. Matter of fact, that was one of the definitions of Jews, cardiovascular Jews, that their Judaism was deep in their heart. They didn't do anything externally. But, okay, so this would be what we were talking about as theism. We have deism down here.